Welcome to Dubai.
We will have 8,000 registrations by 7 PM, yeah.
Let's go.
Wow. We are in basically pretty uncharted territory. We don't know. On Chirrup Rate, we don't really know much. But all we do know is that we're the best at what we do. This evening is just exit strategies, planning uplifts, and making it as simple as we can for these people.
There might be paths that connect into the next road.
It's the biggest event of our working life in an hour and a half. My heart rate is about 110, sat down right now. She's barely breathing.
I like to watch long play of people playing Animal Crossing. I find it very relaxing. In the entrepreneurial space, people call this entering peak flow. She's got a really weak outfit. My Animal Crossing player has a frog t-shirt and a frog hat.
Predictable. Unbelievably nervous.
I've turned into little wings though.
More nervous than ever, I think. And all I can hear is f***ing Animal Crossing! There's something about this and how many people are registered and how we're going into 2026 with proving that anybody can be a developer. There's something that feels momentous. Your biggest job if you work in build-up is to do it justice because it's so good and you have to do it justice. And if someone doesn't understand how good it is, it's your job to help them understand it. Whether they work or not, it doesn't matter, but you have to do it justice. And that's what worries me, or what I'm worrying about, is making sure that we do it justice, that's all. Why did we say to do a Bootcamp, not at home? This was dumb.
This was stupid. 738.
But it's climbing, 744 now.
Don't get excited.
763.
I can't stop looking at it. Good luck.
Good luck, have fun.
Have fun.
Big energy, alright?
Relegated to the pit. I'm the talent. I'm being
Let me shut the door.
Relegated to the pit. Crawling in like a cockroach.
That's the end of the side. Hello everybody in the room. We are here. It's Build Up Bootcamp 2026 and I can see some very exciting people in the chat. Very, very excited. And we are so thrilled to have you here with us. We are going to have 5 unbelievable days of development training, testimonials, live deals, showcasing everything you need to become a developer in 2026 and show you that anybody can do it. Emma, she was on this bootcamp in May, day 1, 2025. She's now got a site with over £1.5 million of profit. She can talk all about it. She was exactly where you were.
It's going okay. But when I literally turned on, it disconnected me from the room when I pressed go live. So then Rosie had to start it. And I had to refresh when I was coming back in. And then because I came out of the room, my slides went, and then my slides wouldn't load up. That's why I had to waffle. That's the slide she's on. That's what I see. I can't do it here again. Why did we do this abroad?
You know, rather than having kind of a full-time job of raising funds as a first-time developer or even an existing developer, we're here to make your life much easier, and we do that for you.
This is brutal. I can't see my own slides. You upload the slides, you click next, and it goes next. I click next, it does nothing. So I can't even see what I'm talking about.
We've always said we're open to anything. We've always said it doesn't matter where it is, what it is, anything, whatever size, we'll go after it. We'll go and do it.
2 little boys that are there, and I settled down in a job with my life. I was very lucky.
So had I just done a planning uplift, I would have made a profit of somewhere between £600,000 and £700,000. Now, I had spent quite a lot of planning at this stage because I'd done things like my archaeological dig, so it was about probably £200,000 in at that point. So my net would have been something around £400,000 to £500,000.
My God, that was painful. I had a very different experience to Rosie.
Can you see I'm sat here?
I noticed your background changed.
Smashed it, mate. The calls are flying in my
Oh, excellent.
calls are
I was
flying.
about to say, more importantly, smashed it. How you feeling?
Dog.
No, you did it well, brother. You did very well.
Honestly.
So in terms of the true fulfillment role, it is literally just me and Anthony at the minute, and we are stretched so thin. So yeah, this role we don't have any in-house planners. We have a lot of planners that we know from obviously just being in the business that we've said, oh, what do you think of this? We can get comments from, but we want someone in-house for just speed, having someone full-time, and obviously overall kind of cost saving in the long run. The call with the recruiter was for 3 roles at Build Up. Oh, he's taking his JBL with him. 3 roles, planner, development manager, and an architect. We had put job adverts up before, but 1, we weren't finding the talent, but 2, with how busy I am, it was like every day I'd be like, yeah, look at the CVs today, and then it'd be tomorrow, and all of a sudden 2 weeks have gone by and we've not hired. So I just said, screw it, we'll pay a recruiter. But yeah, it just feels good to know that someone else is working on it in the background rather than me. So I just did my meeting with that and my pyjama bottoms. Get myself ready for the day at nearly 3 boot camps.
You're doing a lot of calls.
Someone's got to work.
Hello. Someone's got to work. Oh, she takes 2 calls. And someone's got to work. Unbearable. I've deserved my sit down. My favourite thing to do in the world. Day 1 of the boot camp. All things considered went incredibly well. It was record-breaking across the board. We had over 2,000 people attend. So I'm hoping and praying I don't have the same issue this evening. Fortunately, when you've got wonderful like Rosie, someone wonderful like Rosie, it doesn't really matter about me because everyone's there to listen to her, and she was brilliant.
Honestly, accounts has got to be the thing about running a business.
The worst.
Tell me why.
They're just a faff. Mate, they're such a faff. And you've got to do it all the time, and respect to accountants, but most of you are pretty dull people. There's no...
like Adrian.
Oh, no, sorry. Our accountants are lovely. I take that back. Amanda and Adrian are absolute angels. And I actually got good crack. But
Everyone else.
but there's no fun in it, is there?
No.
There is zero fun in accounting.
I never understand what's happening on any of the softwares either, I'll be honest.
No internet issues today. Inshallah.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Really hoping I have fun this time, because yesterday I did not have any fun at all.
Welcome back. We have a very, very, very big day today. Today is finding sites. It is the most important skill you need as a developer.
Banging headache.
How was that?
So much better. That might have been your best day 2 we've ever done. You were fun.
Hey.
Excuse me. Banging headache now.
Why?
No.
From the student's point of view,
Lots of graphs on that screen.
line graph showing how many students have submitted sites in the last 90 days. So in January we had 30% of our students submit sites in the last 90 days, and then in February that went down to 20%, maybe because we had a bunch of new boot campers joined. They have not submitted sites, and then over time initiatives are brought in, and we're starting to see the increase of the activity within our students. If we start to see it go below 20%, then we need to bring in and we need to push the fulfillment team to start bringing initiatives to get that number back up. So then the overdue tickets.
Basically, when we have site reviews, appraisal reviews, anything like that, our biggest bottleneck at the moment is that we have so many coming in because so many people are getting deals, which is amazing, that we can't reply to them in the time that we need to or we want to. So this basically will build a system to track submissions, reviews, the coaches, our response time, but also as a build-up member, if you're doing the work you need to or not.
Hobbs.
Gonna be you and me. Gonna be everything you ever dreamed. Wanna be who you need.
Rosie watches Animal Crossing. I watch competitive Apex Legends. Makes me feel incredibly calm. Watching a very chaotic esport where everyone shouts and screams makes me feel remarkably calm. The issue is we're in Dubai, so it's almost 7 p.m. but we start at 11 p.m. here. So we have we wake up at like 11, we have the whole day to sit around and wait. So once you've done all the emails and you've done all the slides and all the rest of it, all you can do is sort of relax.
Tonight I'm doing designing sites and appraisals beforehand, because in the past when we've done this, I've designed the site completely live, which is fine, but it can be a little bit faffy, a bit fiddly. So it's not that like engaging. So what I do is beforehand, it's a bit like Art Attack, if anyone watched Art Attack. It's like, here's one I prepared earlier. I've drawn a little blobogram site layout that I can talk people through, and then we will do an appraisal based on it. So I've got my appraisal sheet that I'll fill in so I can talk through the sites, the appraisals, and what I'll probably do before moving on to the appraisal is I'll talk through this and like the key principles, like what I've allowed for, what my thought process is, and then I might sort of just find a random site and do a very quick blobogram, but not a full detailed one, because it's, like I say, it can be a bit fiddly. People don't want to watch me just being a bit of a boomer on a computer for 20 minutes, to be honest. But depending how I do it for time, I might do like a quick site layout or like show some like quick like tips for people. I'll also show them the costing calculator, which is where we get our build costs from. It has all the BCIS data sets in it. So appraisal is the document we use to essentially assess what a piece of land is worth. Different developers have appraisals that look differently, but the key kind of elements are the revenue, so the sales, the GDV, what is everything worth when we sell it, the planning costs, so what is it going to cost us to get from where we are now to a site of planning, financial contributions, so that's section 106 contributions or community infrastructure levy. I have a section for abnormals, and for me abnormals is anything that has to be done on that site that isn't sort of standard. So like foundations, every site has foundations, but not every site might have like swales for flood risk. They might not have, I don't know, like invasive species. They may not have remediation or demolition of something or septic tanks or a substation upgrade. That is abnormal to that deal. So it's a cost that sits outside of a standard build cost. So I personally allow for those in a separate line item. I then have the construction cost and the utilities cost, a contingency on the build cost, our professional fees for the delivery of the project, which is architects, engineers, employers, agents, development manager, your warranties, your building regs, your adoption fees, your bonds, the legal fees, there's so many. And then importantly, the land acquisition and the kind of profit margins. And that kind of allows us to understand what is a site worth with planning, and then from that we can decide what we might want to offer on that land, and then a couple of kind of tabs that sit behind this front appraisal sheet. And the costing calculator is something that we created to essentially give our clients build costs across the UK. It's got God knows how many thousands of data sets that go into this, but it's just like it's not 100% accurate, but it's based on BCIS data, so it's about as good as we can get as a starting point. You're having to go through it so quickly that people are just like, what the hell is going on? And I think sometimes I'm guilty of that, because obviously I understand it so easily and it's so second nature to me that I forget that this is maybe new to a lot of people. So it's like the geekiest night, I would say, most technical night, but I'd always rather people come away feeling a little bit overwhelmed, but then can go away and research different things, than spend how many hours with us for me to be like, this is what an appraisal is, and then that's it. I think we're live. I think we're here, Pete.
We're here. All I can see is starting an event, but if we're here, then we are here. Welcome back to day 3 of our bootcamp, our Build Up Bootcamp day 3. We are going on a journey this evening of designing sites, appraising deals, and actually showing you how to get planning on one of these sites. It is absolutely vital to know. You can find 25 sites per hour, but if you don't know how to appraise them, you're never gonna get anywhere fast.
So the first thing I do is I turn the annotations tool on up at the top, and I draw my what we call site boundary, because I'm going to assume we're not buying the house. I'm just going to change that to give them a garden. Ooh, Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
I'm not.
Don't go anywhere.
It doesn't matter where it is, it doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't matter how big it is. You are never going to have a better opportunity in your life.
First of all, I've been put in the bedroom in this makeshift office.
God, you're so good, you are.
Thank you.
God, that was so
I
good.
like gum when it's crunchy, so I chew it and then spit it out when it's no longer crunchy.
You can't reveal the magic. What are you?
I have several drinks. I drank the water in order to put the gum in there. Pete bought me a tea that's gone cold, but I drank some of it. I've got my Stanley and a Sprite. Ignore what anyone else says. It's not about affirmations in the mirror. It's not about a sunrise alarm clock. It's not even, dare I say, about hydration. It's this. This is peak performance.
She just spoke to 1,000 people for an hour and a half about designing sites and appraisals, and they all absolutely loved it.
Post boot camp, we're in our blankies. People who sit down on a sofa.
Raw dog it, nothing.
If anyone sits on a sofa just like that to watch TV, or even that,
Ooh.
oh,
You've got to be covered.
you got to be covered. You got to have legs up, covered in your blanket.
So we go into it with a handshake and good luck, have fun, which is what I've always said to Rosie. And then typically we come out of it, she looks for external validation from myself and Scott.
Mainly Scott.
Mainly Scott.
It's Scott.
It always shocks me how good she is. And we do that debrief, have a big sit down. Little Rosie Lee from the maid. And then we'll send the email out for the post day 3, then have a big sleep and do it all again tomorrow.
When we booked Dubai, we didn't think about the time zone difference. So we start at our boot camp at 11 p.m. It's currently 5 minutes past 1. It takes me an hour to fall asleep, and I need an hour sit down before. So I'm not falling asleep until about 3 a.m. every night.
Really good. It's always a really good session because finding sites everyone knows you need to do, but then when you go and design sites, people don't even think about that because they assume an architect will do it. When at the early stage, you don't want to pay an architect to do it. And then actually appraising it and how much goes into it, people are always blown away by it. People are always begging for the appraisal sheet afterwards. You can't afford.
But like, I know this stuff like the back of my head. It's what I've done forever. So for me, it's really simple to talk about. But we have, I mean, how long is my designing sites and appraisal? 40 minutes?
In that,
Yeah, 50 minutes, 45?
50 minutes or so.
Like to try, like give value, because I'm never going to go sit there and chat bubbles. So you've got to give value, but then an appraisal and designing sites, there's so much that goes into it. So it's like, how do you condense that in a way that's still valuable, not too overwhelming, not too daunting? And I'll be honest, I'm never sure if I've nailed it. But I think everyone's always a little bit overwhelmed, but we kind of say at the end, don't worry.
It's okay.
There you go.
We'll look after you. Because again, if you want to go and be a developer by yourself, all the best. Good luck. I cannot stress the amount of work and time and effort and anxiety
From Peter.
From me. She is the most relaxed person in the world. It stresses me out that goes into it. Like, we've been thinking about this, the January boot camp, from the middle of December. And it's almost the end of January now. So it's a very big mission to do it, but the outcomes are unreal.
To wrap up, we'll have a lovely sit down, a Rosie Lee, a debrief, and we'll see you tomorrow.
I just got a voice note from Anthony, who I've not spoken to in a few days, basically saying he has just got a reply back from the agent who's working on Addie's deal, which is in central London. The original plan was to knock down the existing house and build 2 in its place. These are like executive £1 million homes, multi-million pound homes in central London. Anthony didn't like that. So what they're doing instead now is renovating the existing one and then building another one next to it. And he just got the figures back from the agent, and it turns out that we may have slightly undercooked the value. To read out exactly what the message says, basically, once planning is secured for both houses in line with the drawings, I believe the achievable sales values for the 2 plots will be as follows. House 1, 7,000 square foot, 9 to 10 million pounds. House 2, 5,500 square foot, is 7.5 to 8.5 million pounds. And what he's advising is that we actually look to sell not to a developer, because it's a planning uplift, we're not going to build them. It's not to a developer or to a builder, but to an end user, someone who wants to live there, and then obviously you can customise it and build it the way they want, because you'll get the maximum value out of that person in comparison to a builder who needs a margin. But what that means is, with a £150,000 planning application, the new uplift profit is circa £8 million. Originally it was like 1.5, 8 mil. I might not be mistaken. That's not bad business. And this has all been happening without us realising. Like I said, we've not spoken to him in a few days.
Even Anthony went back on the deal and spoke to people that he knows in Savills that have sold houses in the area just to confirm the numbers as well. Because even when he saw
He didn't believe them when he saw it.
He didn't believe it. So he's fact-checked the numbers and they are still real.
Addy joined us because he'd already found this deal but wasn't able to do it by himself because of the cost. He's going to make an absolute fortune. And so are we. But that will be his first build-up deal. He became a member in September 2025. That is the power of having someone like Anthony. Literally, all whilst we're watching old clips of Top Gear at 8 p.m.
So this flavour, spice pear, is becoming harder and harder to find in the UK, and it is the elite. Oh, do I have one now? Oh, God, there. It's the elite flavour, and they have it over here, so I got 10.
What was your reaction like when Pete texted you?
I kind of already knew, because I knew the numbers were very conservative, so I kind of wasn't that shocked, but it's very nice to have an agent confirm the numbers. An excellent deal. I had a call earlier, my Q&A, and it was like I was having mini strokes. My words were just getting mumbled and I was confused and I just need to just talk less. So, say less, quite literally.
Never happened to us before.
So we logged on the webinar chat, which is what we always use. Somebody's interest went down, which has never happened before. But it was saying camera isn't like accessible in your location. So I turned on a VPN. And that's working. I don't know if my VPN account can be logged on multiple devices. So I've just created a new VPN account. What's hilarious is I'm like the biggest boomer, but every time I've had a tech issue, I've been on a solution.
Facial recognition got a hit. Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
So we went live and it was my session this evening. We had 600 people, white screen, can't hear you, can't see you, blah, 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 blah. And then our own chat, like our teammate, was like, we lost you, whatever.
Life's about ebbs and flows. £8 million uplift. £100,000 event goes wrong. I got to eat lots of yummy sweets.
I can't eat something.
I got a sore tummy.
Ebbs and flows. Ebbs and flows.
Oh, mate, that was so good. It feels worse than a hangover. It feels like... I don't know how it feels, actually. That's your room.
We left the ceilings white. Will's room's great.
Yeah, the brothel.
This is Derek. Full Derek mode, this is.
We painted the office a colour of a care home. I like the red room. The way I described it was it looks like a Bulgarian brothel. But I quite like it. The main colour was meant to be like a eggshell white, right?
Like a slightly warm, off eggshell white.
It's beige and looks like a care home.
This is horrendous.
Oh my god, that is red. That is red.
It's terrible, mate, honestly.
Brothel red.
We're gonna have to get loads of artwork.
Hello. It was a very stressful day yesterday. It was my actual worst nightmare. If you could think of the one thing that would go wrong, which I wouldn't want to go wrong, it's literally that. Woke up, felt pretty diabolical, and now we're just working very hard to fix the problem. However, you must be at peak performance to fix the problems. I can't be stressed and tight, can I? So what we need is a little rub down, set us up for our very big final day.
Oh, I didn't sign up for this. Do you feel a bit less tight?
Yeah, not inside my brain.
Thank you.
Lovely. But I am glad that we did it, because I do feel more relaxed. Very greasy.
That was sensational.
Explain. essentially, we've spoken with Nexus, which is the software that we use to manage all of our submission requests, our site reviews, our appraisal reviews, and our JV applications. And we wanted to build some reporting around that to make that process just way more efficient, to help the coaches and help the students ultimately as well. So I built out a little pitch deck. I've just presented it to the Nexus developers, and now, in Scott's words, whenever Scott requires Pete to make an investment, he asks him to put his big boy pants on. I'm actually going to scare Pete because it's not as much as we thought. So, Pete, how much do we reckon we owe? Everything that I presented to you the other day, how much do you reckon?
25 grand.
25 bags.
That's what Rosie said.
I said 22 grand.
Fifth of that we owe.
5 grand.
5 grand.
Great deal! 5 grand. To fix basically all of our fulfillment issues. Great deal. Good work.
Good work.
Operations manager.
And now we're celebrating. That's cheered you up, has it?
It actually has.
Good luck, have fun. Good luck, have fun. Day 5, final time. Doing it on Zoom. Never done it on Zoom before. See what we can do. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming back and making your way over to Zoom. Luke's second deal, right? Again, it's in rugby. He got both of these sites from the same landowner. 1 letter, 2 deals, 1 landowner. Rosie, take serious one.
So, is there a minimum requirement for land or deals? Yes. To understand how we assess a deal.
I last looked before she started to talk and we had 670 people. But when you asked me earlier how many you want, I didn't want to say a number, but I was like, if we had 500, I would be thrilled.
To make money is developers make money in the deals. The funnel to start with is to get the deals in, to get you guys in, to train you, to help you, so we can actually work together. You may spend £2,000, £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 on sending out lessons in the first year. I promise you. If you were going to do it by yourself, if you were going to do planning uplift by yourself, you would have done it by now. Don't let this year be the next year that just carries on in your life wishing you were doing something else.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Hell, what a bomber-clot session! We're so back. Up the build up.
You're back.
I think that's the best I've ever been on, I think.
Oh.
But I'm in so much bumper club pain right now. I've seized up.
Sensational.
I've seized up beside there in my leg.
Done. 5 days. I said to him, when we were live, I was like, if we had 500, I would have been thrilled. Genuinely. We had 740. Day 5, brother.
Day 5.
And we had literally 600 until the very, we went for 2.5 hours. Yeah. Till the very, very end.
Also, have you seen how many views?
All the boot camps are done. The calls are commencing. And we are having a very well-earned rest until tomorrow, when we're working again. George is taking us on a little bit of a virtual reality adventure. When in Dubai. What are we doing? How do you even describe this?
Some VR shooting, team deathmatch thing.
Big Apex experience. When I was at uni for 9 months in 3rd year, I rocked up 31 days worth of Apex in 9 months. And I got first. Everyone's built like me.
Ghost, you copy?
Yes, sir.
Any issues?
Negative, sir.
They all would just gang up on me and shot me.
You have 2 bases, right? And so what the idea is, you both go out of the base and you meet somewhere in the middle. These lot just stood in their base like this.
No, I went into the middle container and I
Actually
liked it
camped in the
there.
middle. Anyone who's a gamer, there's unbearable people that camp in the same place and you can't kill them. Unbearable.
I found a nice little spot and then they would all just shout, "Ross is in the middle!" and then all shoot me. I like the double handgun.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
Would you
And then
wield it?
sometimes I'd get the big machine gun and just... I killed my own team as much as I killed the other team.
Up the villa. Great end to a fantastic day. Seeing as this can dictate my mood quite strongly,
and we always lose to
You're not so much
Newcastle.
as a goalkeeper.
Up the Villa. We've done 4.5 days of a boot camp because technically one day didn't work. Booked in an enormous amount of calls, people that want to become Build Up members, which is amazing. Feedback was, as always, so good from when we do boot camps. People absolutely love them. Not done too much this weekend, slept a lot, and then we're back to work tomorrow. Up the Villa, up the build-up, and up the Rosie Cassidy. Next week will be a little bit different. We are going to work, but we're also going to enjoy Dubai a bit more for what Dubai is. See you next week.